All right, last portion on the 146 that we're doing.
Running boards.
Running boards. So sled's really coming together. These running boards are gonna be really nice because these guys just collect snow like crazy, especially up in the front footwell. So we're gonna throw the running boards on and then this build is done.
Okay, so step one, we're gonna remove the panels, and then we have to remove, there's a rivet here behind this panel. There's two bolts that you take out to drop the belly pan so you can access this rivet, drill that out. Then you drill out these three rivets, and then these four rivets in the rear. And then the cut process is you're gonna cut here, basically a rough cut. This basically all gets cut off. Leave this rivet, and then you cut along here, and we'll cut here, here. And then once the board's in place, you can trace, do your final cut and trim. Also, we'll need to remove the rear bumper in order to access this stuff, and the bumper actually comes past where there's the rivet behind here that this has to go in place of. Okay, so we have everything trimmed and painted. You can see here our trim line. And then basically hit it with some paint just to cover the edge. And some of this is steel, like this part and this bottom pan is steel. You wanna make sure you get paint on that so it doesn't rust. Basically.
And like in this inside here too, you might forget about that.
Yeah,
so make
in
sure.
there and then inside here. And then basically everything's trimmed up, painted, masked off, painted it. And then now the next step.
I will say, it's always seemed intimidating to me, and it wasn't too bad.
It's not, yeah, it's pretty simple. The other thing that skins, if you're watching, you need to add a recess for the rivet. So this is a structural rivet that holds this, well, I don't know if it's structural or not, but basically I just grind the head of it down a little bit and then drill a hole so it can go around that.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think
Oh, you did it on both sides.
Skins is forgetting about.
Yeah.
If you don't grind this down a little bit, you have to go so deep that the hole pokes through a little bit.
Yeah.
Which
is a bummer.
Grind it down.
Yeah.
So then after that, the next step before you actually put the boards on is you're going to attach all these traction cleats, they call them. So it comes with a bag of these things and they literally just snap on. And what we'll do is we'll lay them all out and position them. And then you drill out each hole. So each one has 4 holes that you drill and then rivet these on. They give you pop rivets.
And drill bit, didn't
And
they?
a drill bit. So that's pretty easy. And then the other thing is the traction screws that come in the kit. And these are all pre-drilled. But I think we're gonna add 2 or 3 up front here.
Yeah, because when we did Tony's sled already. I'm not sure what order we'll see these in. But when we're riding, our feet are up in this area of the board and there's not really any screws there. So he added a couple on his.
They give you a 9/64 drill bit, which is the size you need for these. So if you ever have to drill out or add more. So we'll probably add 3 here. That's probably good. I don't know if we want to add one more in the back. That's probably fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. If we want to later on, we could, but.
And these are as easy to, basically a 1/4-inch driver. Make sure you get some pressure on it. You don't want to over tighten it.
Yeah.
because it will basically strip itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Okay, so we have all the traction cleats on, and we're going to now
Install the board on the sled. There's a couple bolts back here you use. 3 bolts, and there's one up here. The trick is you get this one in and these in at the same time, in case it's not the same. And then you'll have 2 bolts here, and then these large ones are bolts, and then the small ones are rivets. And the other tip is get a nice long drill bit so you can drill these. Because otherwise the drill, you're going at an angle, and that's no good.
Yeah, and always check your toolbox to make sure you have the right stuff before you buy it.
And then
Extra.
2 rivets here. And then you pull this back, you rivet there, and then you drill it from the bottom and rivet there. And
So lots of drilling and riveting.
it's riveting work.
All right, so we have the running boards on. They are sweet. They are gonna work so much better than the stock running boards. Let me give you kind of a shot here of them. They give so much more traction, and from the ones I've seen, they shed the snow so much faster and better. So these are the regular width running boards that Skins makes. I'm not sure if they're still gonna make them or not, but yeah, I'm just really excited for this. So that kind of ends this build, is done. I might just run over some things that we've done, just kind of conclude up. Okay, some things we didn't really get on video very good was we did a post forward kit to get us further forward on the sled. We did a Munster finger throttle. To do this with the post forward kit, you have to cut this little notch out here. Other than that, you know, this sled is done. We're ready to go test it. We should be testing it in the next couple videos here.